Hi, I'm Max. I'm going to speak about French for the first time on this channel. Language Motivator is meant to motivate people to learn and to teach languages and honestly anything else. So the subject today is passé composé, the present perfect in French. And I'm just going to start saying that French, just like in Italian or German, uses the verb avoir or être, have or to be, depending on mainly on whether the verb is transitive or intransitive. Transitive means that it can have an object. Can you drink something? Yes, then the verb is transitive. J'ai bu. And if you cannot apply the action to an object, you cannot fall something, then je suis tombé. So if you cannot do the action, you cannot fall something, the verb to fall, tomber, is going to use the verb être in the passé composé. So this is interesting. So passé composé is avoir or être plus a participle. J'ai bu, je suis tombé, je suis allé, j'ai mangé, j'ai travaillé. So what happens with the participle? So in French, and this is quite interesting, there is a harmonization in gender and number between the participle and the subject, or between the participle and the direct object. So if the auxiliary verb is avoir, for example in j'ai bu, the participle is going to change to feminine and to plural if and only if the direct object of the sentence is before the auxiliary verb. Otherwise it won't. So if you say voilà les travaux que j'ai fait, because travaux is plural and is before the auxiliary verb, fait is going to have an S. It's going to be plural. But if you say j'ai fait ces travaux, the auxiliary verb is before the direct object and the participle will have no change. Another example, voilà les monuments que j'ai vus. In that case, vu is going to have an S. J'ai vu les monuments. You're not going to have an S because les monuments is after vu. If the participle is being connected to the subject through the auxiliary verb être, so if you're using the auxiliary verb être in passé composé, for example, je suis tombé, then the participle is always harmonized, is always accordé, is in accord with the subject. So if you use the verb être, the participle always reflects whether the subject is masculine, feminine, singular, or plural. So there are four options. Masculine singular, no ending. Masculine plural, S. Feminine is an additional E. And feminine plural, an additional ES. So with the verb être, there is always a mark in the participle. So if elle est tombée, will have an extra E. Elles sont tombées is going to have ES. Ils sont tombés is going to have an S. Alright, that's all for today. Don't forget to give me your like and subscription, and if you have any questions, you can write me an email or you can write me a comment. Thank you. Hope to see you soon.